Check 1 2. Check 1 2. All right, we in there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm gonna cut all this crap out anyway. Let's get our camera right. Camera set up. What the heck, man? There we go. Let me get my little Mac look on.
You ready?
Hey, get your butt over here, woman.
Yeah.
This is not. That's you, ain't it? All right, go ahead. Take a seat.
Mm. We live. We live.
Ruthie, Ruthie,
We're
Ruthie.
not ready yet. We live.
Yeah, they can't see you.
Just,
They can hear you. They can't see you. Not yet.
yeah, I'm trying to adjust. Oh, my tummy.
You liking all of my stuff?
I do.
No, it's just,
I don't know why I get tired easily when I'm on this social media. I get fed up with it.
mm,
Oh, I'm glowing. Sign of God's favor and a good husband. I'm gonna leave the phone on.
yeah. Yes,
I have to remember so you can be safe. Don't wait there.
why would I want that? Yeah, this is new, so they're not gonna. They're certainly not gonna be able to see.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah. So, but we'll try it and
What
see
if
how
you
it
have
is.
it
Hmm?
What if you have a son in it? Like the
They're
son.
just gonna be able to see one of us.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Let's get it started. Like MC Hammer. Let's get it started. Oh, oh, oh. Just put on the hammer and you will be rewarded. My beat is as a mover and you know I get to start it. Get started. Oh, I don't even want to do that. All right, here we go. Let's see. Well, I have one. You can read that if you want. Uh, yeah, I don't know this. Maybe to put something up for modern woman. That's the quickest thing to come up with the block out. All right. How do we get this? All right, here we go. Now, that's more like it. A little better. I don't know how well the TV is showing. Should turn off the lights. You know what? I was good about that. If I hit the other light.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Nope. Which one is better? This one or this one? Look at this one. How you looking around?
Okay. Oh, this the other one is better. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so you still have both ones.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right.
Mm.
I know we take long, but perfection takes time. You want to step into the mic right here?
Are both working?
No.
Just one?
No. Both of them work. Don't treat me like that on screen. Yeah.
No,
All right.
I know they're brand new, but your settings, that's what I'm talking
All right. All right. Let's get the show started. Here we are on our YouTube channel, The Marion Ghana Show. All right. We got you guys up here on Instagram, but we're gonna focus on the YouTube today. All right. Enough wasting your time, man. We're about to get into it right now. This is the Marion Ghana Show with me, the host, Stephen D. Lyles, and
and with me, Susie R. Lyles.
all right, man. Welcome to our show, and today we're going to discuss um a bit of news that's been going on around social media for some days. The news from Miami about the Nigerian guy who got killed, stabbed by his white girlfriend. And you know, a lot of the news reports make it understood that it's a black Nigerian stabbed to death by his Caucasian white girlfriend, as you will. And she's walking free, walking around. Um, just like women today, no accountability whatsoever. But we had we talked a lot about this subject, and I know you got a lot to say about this subject also. But let me start it off. We're gonna watch the news clip on here. I don't know exactly what news station this is from. This is Channel 10 somewhere. Local news, maybe from Florida, I guess. But it actually happened a week before his 20th birthday. So I'm guessing this week would have been his 20th birthday. His name is Kristen Toby. You know how to pronounce that? You African.
What is the name? A bum silly.
A bum salad. So Toby for short. What's your name, boy? Toby. What's your name, boy? Toby. I said, what's your name, boy?
Oh my
Kente, master.
goodness.
This Negro should not have been walking around with a name Toby like that. But
Toby is a sweet name.
yeah, you never seen the movie Roots though. In the movie Roots, yeah, you never seen it. In the movie Roots, the white so-called master be whooping the black slave,
Please.
trying to change his name. I know you hate movies like that,
Yeah.
but trying to change his name from his Toby to no, I think it was Kuta Kinte. I got it the other way around. So he was Kuta Kinte, and the white master wanted to make his name Toby, and he was screaming Kuta Kinte. So he kept whipping him to the point that he was passing out or, near death. He said, Toby. So then again, I guess Kristen went by the perfect name Toby
Mm-hmm.
because he was already whipped. Get it? He was already whipped. I know it's corny, but it's funny to me, so that's what matters. All right. So with all this going on, like I said, you got a whole lot to say about this subject. As we in the bedroom, when we head a little back, let the host be seen on Instagram a little bit. Relax yourself. Let my fans see me.
Okay, let's see you now.
Let my 1.5 fans see me.
Let's see you now. Right, guys?
All right, so she had a lot to say in the bedroom, man. And we're going to get into it, but for you guys who watching who don't know, this is part of the story that came out last week about this particular incident.
A man allegedly killed by his own girlfriend. So why hasn't she been charged? Look, we can tell us about it. Live details on this now.
The big question is here, was this done in self-defense? Miami police investigators say that this is an ongoing and very active investigation. Meantime, we spoke with a group of friends that knew this couple very well, and they detail a rocky relationship.
It's just heartbreaking, and everyone is just so devastated.
This trio was very close to 27-year-old Christian Obumseli and his girlfriend, who they've identified as 25-year-old Courtney Clenny, an OnlyFans model and Instagram influencer. So when police reported that Obumseli was fatally stabbed by Clenny on Sunday inside their Miami apartment, their friends were left speechless. They portray a very violent relationship at the hands of only one person.
I've seen her hit him. I've never seen him hit her.
Officers say there was a struggle before Obumseli was stabbed in the shoulder. He died at the hospital. Investigators are still trying to figure out what happened and if Clenny acted in self-defense.
From what we've personally experienced between the both of them, we believe that Christian wouldn't put her in a position where she would need to stab him to protect herself.
One neighbor who tells me that he has a very clear view of the couple's apartment said a week before the stabbing, things were off and that Clenny was the one getting physically abused.
I could not tell if it was open-handed or closed-handed, but he was swinging at her.
Police say in the past 3 months, they've responded to multiple disturbance calls at the couple's apartment. Their mutual friends are still trying to process what went wrong.
Even though that we really lost Christian only, it feels like we also lost Courtney at the same time because we didn't think that this as far as it would have gone.
And following the stabbing, Clenny was detained. She was brought here to the police department for questioning, and during that process, she was threatening to kill herself, so officers took her to the hospital where she was Baker active. As it stands, at this moment, she has not been charged. That's the latest.
So that's the latest. So
Oh my
as of
goodness.
now, she still has not been charged.
Oh my goodness.
Now get this, before we get into some other stuff,
Unbelievable.
get this. The night after she stabbed him to death, she went out partying with another white guy. Actually kicked out what looked like a hotel that she pulled up in. Looked like a sister, kind of checked her. But as a sister stabbing, she's posting half news up on our Instagram, living life as if nothing happened. That just goes to show you that how nonchalant and how uncaring that she really was about this man. Very physically abusive towards this man. But this same man who dealt with a woman who stabbed him to death, who was very abusive physically and physically and mentally and emotionally by vocal abuse, continued on and on and on with insult after insult about black women, have had a reputation for putting black women down. Check this out, read that.
Black girls are born knowing how to shake their ass.
Well, with your accent, my American counterparts might not even understand.
Yeah.
So let me say.
Honestly, I don't care. You know my type. Oh my goodness.
So this is from a few posts from his Twitter page. Black girls are born knowing how to shake their ass. Honestly, they not my type.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, this guy was born in Nigeria. Believes he's a first, second generation. I don't know. Doesn't even really matter. But it's not just Black American women. A lot of his posts were going directly at Black women in general. This is another post from the guy, the dude. Once again, I'm tired of these black girls in my government class. I mean, this guy has a lot of hatred towards black girls for whatever reason. Again, those black girls aren't the only ones. It's kind of cut off right here.
All these are from him? You
Who
work
can,
on it?
yeah, this is black girls aren't the only ones who can cook in the world. And I'm like, these are things like, yo, dude, who even asked you? Like, what are you talking about? Another one says, the way black girls,
These great big tails on TV.
the way black girls, well, I can't really argue against that, but he has a strong history of it. And he's dating a white girl, and a lot of his posts went on to say how white girls are so much better than black girls, how he loved being with a white girl and could never see himself with a black girl. Now, once again, this is a man from Nigeria. And you went on to say, point out another Nigerian that's on social media who, you want to punch it in my phone so we can show them? Or you know the name?
Who?
The Nigerian that you showed me on social media.
Oh, the guy on
What's his
social media
name?
planted. I don't know his name.
Well, how did you find it?
I just saw him on Insta. He's always there. I pay him no mind because I don't want to listen to whatever.
Nigerian and white girl on social media. And maybe they're fine.
Wait, let me see.
No, that's the news story.
I knew that would be the first thing to pop up.
So why you ain't hold on to it?
Oh.
Rookie, oh my goodness.
I just
Rookie.
don't even want to listen to whatever he has to say. He's all over the internet, like all over planting this girl of his, and it's just annoying.
Well, anyway, her thing is that she's hateful towards her African counterparts to act this way on behalf of thinking that they got something greater. You said that these African men think that white women are their god. They are their gods. And you mentioned that the things that they do for the white women over here when they get one, they would sleep, clean, cook, and do all these things. But when it comes to their own African beautiful women, they be demanding everything, don't want to do anything around the house, do anything to help. It's all about control and demand. But when they get with a white woman, they become a slave to the white woman. Right. The same way they want their African sister to be a slave to them. And that's kind of backwards, to be honest. And it doesn't even really make sense.
Yeah, and I don't know, so much stupidity in that. Just look at this guy. You are on social media shaming black women. But a black woman gave birth to you. You were surrounded by black people. That is your origination. That is where you come from. So what's the point? Guys, it's not just guys, but people, both genders, people who do those kind of stuff, I see them as being so ignorant, so stupid, and I see them as people who have low IQ. Like you have, yeah, seriously. If you want to date someone opposite your race, from any other race, that's your problem. That's what you want. But don't try to do it to piss others off. Don't try to do it to shame your own race. I don't know how best to describe that kind of situation. Look at this guy. Do you even know when he came here in America? Do you know the year he came here?
Do you know?
I don't know.
No, I don't know. I don't even think it
but
really
you
matters.
were born in Nigeria. You were raised there. Both your parents, everybody related to you is black. It's Nigerian. You were surrounded with that kind of atmosphere. So why come here and be acting like I for the sake of humanity, I just feel a little bit of pity for him, but I don't at all. I don't feel any kind of sympathy or empathy. I don't feel anything for him. Because to the extent that she was able to stab him and still move on with her life just the next minute, it means that she was doing way more horrible things to him that resulted this way. And he was still keeping her.
Well, she no doubt was getting punked by other men too. I mean, she has that look and that attitude. When you get a lot of women who are physically or vocally abusive on a daily basis and it's common with them, yeah, those types are never faithful.
Well, she saw him as a weak guy, as a stupid guy, as a guy with so much nothing in your head. So she treats her the way he deserves.
But that's what I said. That's why we know for a fact that this girl wasn't faithful. Girls, no matter what color skin they carry, they are not going to remain faithful to a man that they know is weak. I mean, We could start from the Will and Jada thing that's been talked about forever and ever, but there's no even need for that. And the thing is, he made the fatal mistake of not going on about his life, being with whom he chose, and left it at that. There's something to it when, and you have a lot of these girls who call themselves the divestors, because when you see what's going on social media, these platforms, I hear about them. I don't see them, but I hear enough, and I hear like certain clips of it from other channels. But these groups of so-called divestors they call themselves that. They're black women who preach that being with a white man is better than being with a black man. And you see, my channel, this very channel, is actually for that very purpose. That, see, this is what I believe. For 10 years, well, now we're going on 12, 13 years that I've been preaching the same thing. 13 years ago, I got tired of where I seen society headed as a whole in America. I got tired of what I was seeing with our black women. And I'm no longer seeing, and this, you can never say it goes for everybody. I can only go about who I came in contact with and use that as my reference point. I've seen a large majority of black women not being geared in a direction where you can build with them, build families and empires and generational wealth. So instead of complaining about it, I seen what I seen. So I wanted to make a difference in my life. And I knew the direction I wanted to go in my life. So I decided, you know what? As most men all love women. We all love all different types of women. Doesn't matter the color of skin. Men are attracted to beauty. That's just it. But as a black man, most black men desire to be with their black women because they can relate to black women more than they can relate to any other woman on the face of this earth. I mean, when you talk about sex, that's one language that everybody speaks. But when the sex is over and those first few months are gone and that thrill is no longer there, how do you make it through then? And what I've seen is that I wanted to stay and remain with black women, but I wanted to also move forward in my life and no longer be the fuck boy, the guy who play around and run around all the time, but actually build something. So I decided that instead of complaining about it, let me take my ass over to Africa, where there are plenty of beautiful black women who have the mindset that I'm looking for, who do desire a good man that they could build with, have children with, build homes, build a legacy, do all that with. So that was the direction that I took. My whole purpose is to do this and show others that there's a better way than what they're doing. Simply, instead of complaining about it, move forward and do something about it so that you could be an example to others. And this just doesn't go for men looking for women over in Africa. It could be vice versa. But the one thing I would say to that, the problem that comes, because we ran into black American sisters over there when we was at the slave castle, remember?
Yeah.
Even when I was around you, like years before, and after Sumbo, I met a lot of black Americans, but almost always they were black women. One thing I noticed about I've never seen a black American in Nigeria for the years that I've lived there, but I've seen a whole lot of them in Ghana. One thing I would say about the black American women is this: the ones that I come in contact with in Ghana, they're not the type of woman that can make it over here with a man. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they resort to dealing with men from another country, thinking that it's going to be different than what they deal with here, not knowing that a lot of them get used. It's more. It makes more sense for a man from a third world country, as they say, which I don't even know what that means, as they say, to get with an older lady or lady from another country in order to take advantage of her. It's not as likely for that to happen with a man, because men, first of all, think differently anyway. Men understand things differently than women do. And you have to understand that your 20-year-old black American women are not running over to other countries to meet men. Those women are always in their 40s and up. So they pass the prime years of their life. So it's not likely that they're going to actually find someone who wants them for them. See, men desire women for who they are, based off their youth, their womb, and their ability to cooperate with men. But their youth is included in that. Men are desired from women based on what they can provide, especially when a woman gets to the age of 25 and up. The ages of 25 and up, most women are thinking about men who can provide. Between the ages of 16 and 22, most girls don't really understand life.
For fun.
Yeah, at all. So they're running around with the fuck boys, and they usually learn around that 24, 25 age or whatever. Some learn earlier. But what I'm saying is, everybody's making a big deal about this modern woman this, modern woman that, and then you got these so-called divestors, men ain't this, men ain't that. And I'm just saying that if that's the case, and you love your black sisters and you love your black men, why not just go elsewhere? There's black people in the UK, there's black people in Ireland for God's sake.
In China, there are
In
black
China,
people.
you have black people. So it's not like you're bound to this border where you can't find anything else. That's what I don't understand. And a lot of people think you got to make a lot of money. When I moved to Africa, I didn't even have a job. I was living off rent that was paid for a house that was in foreclosure that I had. And even when I met you many, many years later, I was looking for a job and found a job, working the average job, stacked up 6 months, go over there for 4 months, come back and forth, come back and forth. And now we're built into something so much greater where financially we're moving to a different level. But we're moving in this new different financial bracket because we stuck together and we built it together. And you seen my vision and what I wanted to do, and you trusted me. Everything you earned, you trusted me with that. Everything you had when I met you, you trusted me with that because I had a vision. And you seen that I had ambition. It doesn't take you to be a guy making 6 figures to do this. And I think a lot of people are being misled online because they're being told unless you make this particular money, you can't go overseas and get you someone that you can build with.
They think it's really going to cost a lot. Remember the guy we met at the job where we worked? When he was asking me that, do I have a friend? Because he really wanted a black woman, but he wanted to get it from Africa. And he was like, oh, he's so scared that it's going to be so much money. And I told him, it's not that much. You did my paperwork. Everything was just perfect. It doesn't cost that much as long as you're pure and you have good intentions. And lucky for you, you'll find someone who matches the same vibes with you. It's not that expensive. Just come over, do your own research, see who vibes much the same vibes as yours, and then you move along. He was so surprised, and we just move on from there because he still can't believe I'm African and you brought me here. He was like, so how do you guys met? And he trusted you, and you also trusted him to come all the way over here. I was like, he was serious, and I was serious, so we match up.
I mean, see, when I moved to Africa, I started off as, a scam detector. I would go over there where I would say only 10% of black men would hire me. 90% of the men who hired me back then in the early 2000, 2010 and all that were white men. I'll take that $500,000, remain over there, had my little website. I don't even know how I built my website. I think it was through GoDaddy maybe. I don't know. But I got to know the country. I got to know the outlay of the land. I got to know the women. I got to know a lot of things through my journey, being able to live in all these different countries and towns and everything. And from that point in my life, I seen that it was no longer about America anymore. It was about the world in itself. And I think that's where people have to understand that we live in a world. You're not supposed to look at it, like we live in America. Yeah, you live in America. That's just a small portion of the world. Yeah, a very small portion of the world.
I know, right?
There's billions of black people all over this planet. And when I say that I understand the frustration. I understand that the Western culture and civilization have, with feminism, have poisoned the minds of our sisters. No doubt. I get that. I understand. That makes it even more so that you have to be the example to set to others to say, hey, look, We no longer have to settle for this. Because as long as they feel that you have to settle for this, to come to them, to get what's between their legs, to come to them for that womanly affection, they're going to continue to act out of control. But when you show a people that you truly no longer need them, it's just like business. I do enough business to know that this is the way things work. The same way that it works in my business world, it works in real life. If I have a supplier doing something that I need them to do, and there's no other supplier to do what it is that I need, you've seen me go through this. That supplier could treat me like shit, disrespect, not not be on course to do what it is that was promised to do. But the minute I start maneuvering and work around and get two, three, four, five different suppliers for the things that I need, all of a sudden that first supplier start acting right now. Now they want to treat you like you the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
Because all that money that you had coming into them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it works the same way when it comes to how our division is with Black American men and our Black American sisters. It's going to have to come to a point that you show them that you're no longer needed. And when you do that, then that's when people start to get that act right in them. And I had somebody post up on Facebook for one of the posts that I made, not the post for one of the shows or whatever. And I think it was from yesterday's episode or whatever. And she said that go ahead and do what you blah 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 about the cheating thing that we did. Nobody's chasing you. I had to say, I know you're not chasing me because I can actually read and write and speak the English language. And this is what I'm saying, that when you speak truth, and truth do hurt. I get it, truth hurts. But the problem is that the people you're speaking truth to don't want to accept it. They're rebellious. And our women have fallen into rebellion against us. And it's destroying our entire community. We have a community of nearly 88% of kids born out of wedlock as of 2022. There's in Africa, it's the very opposite. 88% of children are born in wedlock. Because a woman or a girl to have a child out of wedlock becomes a disgrace to her family name, and even more so her father, and is looked down in society. She's frowned upon. And it's very difficult, unless she's a widow, to get married if she's with child. That's why a lot of girls in Africa, and I'm not talking about just one, I'm talking about East, West, South, and all that. When they do make this mistake and have a child out of wedlock, what do they normally do? They head over into prostitution. They understand that that is the only way that they can financially provide for themselves and their child, because there's no man that is going to take them and take that and bring that back to his home and his family, because he's going to make himself a disgrace. That used to be the same way here in America, but it's no longer.
The probability that the guy's family is gonna approve of your relationship is very low.
Yes, it is. See, we watch some of these channels. Like, I'm not a big watcher of a lot of channels. Probably only watch like 3 or 4. Phil Scott, O'Shea, who else? Somebody else, I forget. But anyway, Pink Book Lessons. I hear the same thing over and over. It's just so repetitive. And I think that's why it was necessary for me to build this platform, so we can start getting our men together and having these discussions. And I'm not talking about the discussions that's like the travelers groups that go or travel to Brazil have. No, I don't care about none of that. I have nothing to do with none of that. None of that stuff excites me. Well, what else? If I was married. But
I was just silent listening.
that's a different story. But this is more so that we can continue to build with our Black sisters and understand that our sisters in Africa are just that, our sisters. And like I said, it's not just for men, it's for women, but it's very unrealistic for a woman to go overseas and find a man that's going to be what she really thinks, unless it's a beta male. But even they pretend they do enough, because men know how to play that game, even just as much as women do. especially when you're from Africa. How many times you see these African guys, young guys, marry these older women, come over to America and take them for all they have, and then bring their real girl?
Right.
That happens on a regular basis. That's
all the time.
That's why I said it's very unlikely. Now, I don't mean it can't happen. I said that it's very unlikely for a woman to go over there and be successful, whereas a man can go over there and be successful. Because as a man, women are the same no matter. I always say this. Women are the same all over the world. Doesn't matter their background, ethnicity, anything. Women want three things from men, just like men want three things from women. Men want provision, protection, and leadership. If you can give them that, most women will follow the lead of that man and build with that man. So that's why I say it's much more likely that a man could be successful doing these things.
Yeah, because when a woman goes into that same situation, her emotion changes, just like you said, depending on the way you're treating her. So if she finds so much affection from this guy, it's unlikely for her to go back and get her husband back here. But for men, they stick to what they plan to do. They stick to their agenda. This is what I want to do. I don't care how long it's going to take. If I have to stay with this woman for 10 years just to be able to get what I need to bring my real family back here, that's what I'm going to do. And they're going to stick to that, having that same understanding. But for women, and also, men are a little bit more jealousy than the woman, because a man can hardly swallow the pain of seeing his wife being slept with another man. It's very difficult in that kind of situation. That's why men do that all the time. With this guy's situation, just bring it up. Let's marinate it. this guy, Nigerian guy, talking bad things, like saying, I just saw similar things on was it Instagram? Yeah, last night I was scrolling through and then I saw this guy being interviewed by a white lady. He was like, so why the guy is a black guy, remind you. The lady was like, she's white. Why do black guys chase? That's the word she used. Why do black guys chase white women? And his first response was like, no offense, but even before he said no offense, he already then go ahead to offend black women. Black women are loud. Black women are this. Black women. He didn't even say the reason why he loved the white girl. You stated why you don't like someone, which doesn't make sense. All women are like that. I keep saying it. It depends on how you treat it. I won't be surprised if someone says that these girls from oh my goodness, please help me get this. Latino girls, they are way louder than black women. They are way louder than black women. But they never.
Love my Latino sisters,
yes. Hi girls. Yes, they are way louder. If you can manage that, if you the man, no, I can't deal with a loud woman. I can't deal with a woman always being on my neck. It's women, not just black women. Stop specializing on one race. It doesn't work like that. There are black women who are happily married. They're cool. It all depends on how you treat them. You say you don't want black women because they're loud, yet you got yourself killed by a white lady. How do you call that?
And she was loud, rambunctious, and just violent
Beating you all the
around.
time, yes, and you still stick with it. So how dare you?
But he never made any posts about the behavior pattern of that white woman that he was dating.
Probably he feels so good because he's around white. You are so stupid. I just don't know what word to use with this.
Yo,
oh,
I'm not gonna lie. When I'm in Ghana, and when guys always ask me to hook them up with an American, they always make sure they let me know, can it be a white woman? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to give out all your secrets, but I'm just saying, your brothers every time is like nothing wrong with it, but the way it's wrong with it, the way y'all coming at it, and unfortunately, that's that colonized slave mentality. See, the weird thing is this: I was actually brought up in a white home. I was actually raised by a white Irish man who married my aunt, and took me out of my grandma's home at a young age. I don't know if I was 9, 10, something like that, 8 years old. But I was actually raised by a white man. Actually, school roommate with another white Irish, and pretty much for most of my schooling was around a lot of white people. And but I've never felt that, oh, this people are better. See, being around certain people, I learned what people are. I learned what to expect from certain people, um, with certain backgrounds, certain neighborhoods, certain everything. But I never looked at life like, oh well, these people are this, my people are that. Just didn't look at it that way. I just knew that I was, and you know what I'm thankful for? I'm thankful for that my uncle always made sure that I knew I was black and that I need to do things that are going to benefit me and my people in life. And that came from a white man. It didn't come from a black man. The black man who birthed me with my mother, both were too lazy. So, like I said, I could take it either way. And this man came from Nigeria, not even America. And he's down on black sisters. I can't even down my own sister. I talk shit about them sometimes. Like I talk shit about African women. I talk shit about black men.
Now you're gone. And who suffers most? Your family. Your family back home. The same people who are having the same complexion as you have, and you were here just running your mouth. Black women are this, black women are that. That makes you the wickedest person on earth.
Mm. That, if y'all can't tell by now, she's very angry. So every time she talks about something like this, she gets very angry at her African counterparts. Because you got to understand that Nigerians are the cousins of Ghanaians.
Yeah, we
So
are brothers.
they're just an hour ride away. Like
Yeah,
you could drive to
family.
one country in an hour, just go right through Venice. So
The only thing we fight about is the love. They know what I'm talking about.
yeah, so they all pretty much
They
the same
know.
people. So
They know. You know, we can't tell who we fall in love. We don't have the power to control that. We fall in love where we don't even find ourselves to be there someday. But we do. We do fall in love with strange people, strange places. It's not a big deal. But once you fall in love with someone who is opposite your gender, who is opposite your race, far away from who you are or where you are, it doesn't mean you should be shaming your own race. What does that make you? What does that name you? What name should we even call you?
well, they call it a sellout here or Uncle Tom, but it was a, I think they said if you go into the definition of an Uncle Tom though, I think no, what's an Uncle Tom? What's the terminology that they use? Oh man, what's the terminology? It's the terminology they use for sellout. But when I did a history on that word,
Judas?
no, come to find out that that word meant the very opposite. It was a strong man. I'm not sure if it was Uncle Tom. It might be Uncle Tom. I think it is. But definitions and words and what they mean get lost over the course of time, and that happens with a lot of words that we use and change it to something else. So, I mean, that's here nor there.
Told you.
But
They just do those stuff to try and I don't know, let others know he's from Nigeria. I'm not surprised he's from Nigeria because most Nigerian guys are like that. When they come
so,
here, they get these white ladies and they think, oh, they have a trophy. Oh, I'm really in America.
see, it's not just with Africans though. It's with black celebrities or people in that like sports world, sports entertainment world, or even the CEOs of corporations like the
That's what I said.
what's his name?
Only weak people do stuff like this. Only weak people.
When it's for that particular reason. See, you got to understand that a lot of black men have been um, their manhood has been taken from them for for so many years through colonization, and some men don't even understand that it has been. So, in order to feel like they belong or to be
Yeah,
accepted,
right.
they have to get
Do
that
something
trophy
that
white wife
to
on
get
their shoulders to
attention.
be accepted,
Right. Okay.
and that makes them feel like they finally reached their plateau in life.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't understand, and even the people who say they believe in God, they don't understand how God looks down at that. God hates cowards, and a person who does that for them particular reason is a coward. So these very people think they believe in God, not understanding that God has a hatred for them.
So it's like you need a shield to cover your own self. You're using them as a shield to be able to attract other people to see, yeah, I'm also in the game. That's why I keep asking you, why
Yeah,
is it that
but
most celebrities, when they get to the top, they trying to get in relationship with these white ladies and trying to be like, oh yeah, I finally made it. Yeah, I finally get
told
a
you
trophy.
that's where they feel like they're finally going to be accepted by the dominant society that's here in America, and it's passed around from all around the world, that mentality. But it's the same way that you got a lot of sisters now thinking that dating white guys is like dating God, like it's everything like that. Man, I told you about the story of me renting to the African chick from Liberia,
Hmm.
and had the white baby daddy who was an absolute bum. This dude coming trying to shack up with her, and I'm like, no, this place is just for one person only. Like, you can't do that. You gotta go. And she went out and made babies with a white man. As soon as she got to America, because she thought that it was going to plateau her to that next level. And actuality, it dragged her down. So now she was trying to support her child and her white boyfriend. And the things that even let's flip the script, because things that black women would not accept from black men, they find it very easy to accept from white men.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
White men who don't have a job, they find it easy to pay a bill until that white man could, as they say, get on his feet, this and the other.
Mhm.
But and there's many people, white and black, all out of jobs. But when it's a black man, it's nothing but talk, talk, talk. How this man don't have a job. But when it comes to the white man, it's okay to support him and pay for him to go through school and pay for him to do this, that, and the other. The same things that a black man do for his black woman on a daily basis. Black men pay for the women to go through school, to do whatever, to try to better themselves, to be able to add to the finances financially more so. I mean, but basically, it's vice versa. So that means that there's a problem with black people that's inherently wrong with black people, unfortunately. And I'm not
So
saying all black people, because you have a lot of strong black brothers and sisters here. And I don't toot my own horn, but I know that I don't think that way. The things that I see that make a man weak, I know that those things are not implanted in me. Like, I don't think like this brother here. I don't think like the other ones out there.
You know what? Had he not downgrade or degrade black women like
He
this,
could have went on his way.
exactly.
And that's what it comes down to. That's why there's no empathy and nobody's supporting them. Because he spent all of his time downing and degrading black women instead of just moving on with a snow bunny
Exactly.
and then living happily ever, stab after stab after. And that was
And now she is trying to cover it up. What did they call it? She was like defending it. What did they say?
She took the knife from, he grabbed the knife, she took the knife from him and stabbed.
Even after all her friends came up to say that he was
She's
never,
always been the aggressor, and he's always been a little bit who cried
and
about
the
her
best
hitting
they
her.
could do is send her to a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But notice what you just said, that the friend said, that she was always the aggressor. He would never hit her back. He was not that type of
If he
person.
was a
So
black woman.
he would take that abuse. He took that physical abuse.
Yeah.
But like you said, let him be over in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, and everybody in Nigeria, Africa, all know this is true. No man, not most men, especially a younger male, a younger, physically buff male, whatever.
Like that.
Yeah, no man of that type, a youthful man, is going to allow a girl to beat on him in Africa. It's something that just doesn't happen. Maybe when you're old and broken down, and she can finally beat you after all the trauma you sent her through.
even when how do I call it? When you do nothing, he's still beating you up. When you don't even touch him, you do all the right things you're supposed to do as a real woman, as a real wife, he still find an excuse to hit you. You see how we were talking about domestic violence on social media, like men beating their wives and all that, going scot free and all that. But he was enjoying all that, shutting his mouth.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, domestic violence don't get taken seriously that often in Africa, unfortunately. And that's very unfortunate. And it's like your father thought, I was going to bring you here, I'm going to beat on you, constantly and physically abuse you.
Yeah, he said, don't come here. Don't go to America. I'm warning you. Don't go there.
My mom's like, ting ting. Carry back to the airport. What are you?
My dad was so angry. That's why when they come here, he said, you guys can date over in Ghana. I can keep my eyes on you guys. Because he has never seen my boyfriend, any boyfriend of mine. So he was scared because I'm tiny, I'm little, and you were so huge and muscular. I was like, oh no, my daughter's going to die. I have to keep her home.
But on a serious note, this is what it has to be about now. This is our first time actually on YouTube in a while. We've been on, just in case you guys didn't know, we're on Instagram every night at 7 o'clock. But I wanted to try to connect with our YouTube crowd so we can really start interacting with you guys. Instagram, I love how you guys interact, especially on our Friday nights. You guys really show off and show out. And I know Nigeria has a lot going on with the lights over there, so if there's an issue that a lot of our subscribers or followers on Instagram let us know that they're not able to follow the show yesterday and today because of the light issue and whatever's going on there over in Nigeria. It's a government issue, corruption. Yeah, it's disastrous. It's the government. It's the government. Booyaka. Run those niggas. Booyaka. Run those niggas. No, on the road though, we gotta start. I need you guys to support this channel so that we can really move forward and build into this conversation, but not just make it a conversation, but be about the action. And in case you don't know, we have our Airbnb properties over there. So if you're ever looking to go to Ghana and you can't find a price that will suit you, I will work with you. We have everything you need. You need somebody to show you around tour, we have that. You need people that you can depend on, trust 100%, knowing that you're not going to be steered wrong, robbed, or whatever. They are my people. We have that. So anything you need. You want to buy land, we have that. You want to see how immigration works. My uncle is the second chief in command at the immigration office. So yeah, I get away with a lot of stuff. But anyway, I'm so thankful that I have so many connections from immigration to being able to go out and buy all the land that we bought and continue to buy land and build on it.
And police officers.
Yeah.
Because you go free. No matter
I got locked up a lot of times in Ghana, man. So yeah, but thank God I have so many connections now. Continue to with a lot of how they say big man, big people.
Big people.
Yeah. So anything you guys need, let me know. Like I said, I can work with you from the Airbnb to anything you need. Also, if you plan on driving in Ghana, make sure you get in touch with me so I can show you the proper paperwork that you're going to need and explain it all to you. Even if you're going for 7 days, you might want to go and rent a car to drive on your own. You could get someone to ride with you, whatever. But there's a lot of things you can do, a lot of fun you can have. Beautiful country, Nigeria the same, Togo the same, Egypt, Cairo the same. But right now, we're going to start off with promoting West Africa because that's what I know more than anything. So let's build this platform. I need you guys to talk about it. I need you guys to support it by not just subscribing. I need you to share it. I need you to talk about it. I need you to talk to a family member, talk to a coworker, talk to a stranger up on the street. Give them the Will Smith slap if you have to get them to pay attention. I don't care. Just do what you got to do. And let's move it forward to where it's no longer that we're going to sit back and just continue to be frustrated at our women when we can overcome this by just going out and getting our women, just not here. Like I said, a lot of people don't understand. Somebody asked me, what language do they speak over there?
In what? In Africa?
I'm like, English, you dumbass.
A lot of people say No, they thought Africa is a country. It's a continent.
Yeah,
We
55
have
countries. We live right down the street from Save a Lot, Payless Shoe Store, KFC. What else we got? The Burger Kings is over.
yeah, Burger King. When you're going to the airport.
Yeah, Burger King, McDonald's or whatever it is. No, Burger King.
You know what? Seriously, we don't speak English. We have our own languages. All right. English is not African language. We just learn that. But
basically, this is a third language for them.
we have so many, so many African beautiful languages. You guys don't even know. A lot of people know nothing about Africa, but they have the nerve to say a whole lot of bad things. You don't even know where Ghana is. You don't even know where Togo is. You don't know where Egypt is, and you have the nerve to be talking about Africa like because of what they be showing on TV.
Calm down, calm down, calm down.
No.
Calm down.
You know how
Calm
I hate
down
it
now.
when you have no idea about something. Learn it. Don't try to say it because you saw it on TV. Because the Africa we show on our TV, on our African TV, is not what they show on other TVs. So if you want to know more about Africa, travel. Then you get to know it. It's not a village. It's not a how do you people?
Man, I have yet to see a wild animal in Africa.
Yeah, that's what they thought. Like Africa is.
I've lived there for 12 years and I still haven't seen a wild animal.
Someone has the nerve to ask that.
Not the ones they show.
She said, what? What did she ask? Oh, I heard Africans don't eat. They don't know how to eat with fucking knife. No, we don't eat with fucking knives, dumbass. We eat with our hands. That's what hands are created for. We eat with our hands. Chinese use
chopsticks.
They have their own chopsticks. That is culture. That is what is called culture. We all have our culture.
You eat with your right. They don't want you to eat with your left because the left is the hand that you wipe your ass with.
And
so when you go there, make sure you eat. And it's cultural for y'all to eat from the same dish. We don't play that. Homie don't play that over here because, hold up, you know, all my food is prepared separately. My plates, everything separately. See, I get served first. I get served the biggest portion of any and everything. So.
It's just, you know, it hurts. It hurts so much when someone who has absolutely zero idea of something, yet they keep running their mouth. And someone actually did a video out of it. He bought a food. He sat behind the table. I'm sure he's a Caucasian, whatever he is. And he took a fucking knife and he was like, you know, they asked one black lady that why don't we eat with our hands, with our fucking knives? And then she said, when you eat with your hands, you feel the taste of the food. Like you enjoy it. There are some foods you don't eat with fucking knives because African food is just a lot. We have a whole lot of African food.
But when we out at a restaurant, there's always forks and.
You can choose to use your fucking knife. You can choose to use your hand. It's your food. You bought it. Okay.
Do what you want. Me, exactly. I eat with a fork. I use a fork and spoon when I eat. So.
As I was saying. So do you know what he did? He was trying to prove that. So if you eat with fucking knife, does it taste different?
I'm listening.
So he was eating with fucking knife, and he was like, I don't taste anything different. It's all the same, whether you eat with your hands or whether you eat with fork and knife. And we were like, you are not African in the first place, so you won't understand. That is not how it works.
All right. I think they get it. I think they get it. All right.
Just travel. All
right, guys. I think they get it, Rookie. I think they get it.
Yeah, so beautiful places. You enjoy it. We are very good people. Okay.
Look, she gets upset that because she believes that all black people, black Americans and Africans are all one people. We all have the same bloodline, no matter where our culture and borders separate us. So whether it's black Americans saying something that's ignorant or South Africans or whatever it is, she gets upset. And she really loves her people. That's the one thing that I love about my wife, that she loves her people.
That's where I come from.
Yeah, she loves to see her people do well, just like I love my people. And part of the reason that I do this is because of love of my people. Instead of spending so much time tearing everybody down, we're gonna entertain. We're gonna continue to get on subject and be about what it is, what's going on in here in this modern feminist society. But don't leave it at that, is what I'm saying. That in order for me to love my people, I have to use, if I'm going to have a platform, I have to use it for more than just that. I have to use it where there could be progress. There is something that I can offer. There is something that I can say, hey, here's another way of success. The success that you're looking for or you seek can be found here. Doesn't mean that this is the only way, but this is an option. That's what I'm saying. So the more options a man has, the better off he feels, I guess.
Yeah, but last but not the least, we sympathize so much with Christian. What's the guy's name? The Nigerian guy who
Toby.
Toby.
We're gonna stick with Toby.
Such a beautiful name, beautiful African Nigerian name. We
He went from
sympathize.
Kuta Kente to Toby.
We sympathize with the family. It's so sad, and it's losing someone you love, losing a
No.
family member.
Why did the family allow him to be raised that way?
You know, some people. I always say this: people are just people. They
Yeah,
just
true.
yeah. You
They
can
can go
be
up.
raised
You
from
can
a
treat,
very good
yeah.
background, but when someone just wanna be him, that's what they do.
Trust me, you know I have a son that disappointed me more,
Yeah.
and I gave him
So it's
everything that was needed.
not always
So,
from the background
I
or
do.
the
I
family.
understand. But it's just a question that could be thrown out there. Maybe it'd be answered the way you said it, but
Yeah.
like I said, it was just a question to throw out there.
The family will be mourning, crying, hoping that our child is here trying to help us a little bit with maybe a little bit of money and all that, and see what everything has ended. So we sympathize with the family. It's so sad, especially when you're down another man's match. That's a horrible thing. We pray that such things just decrease.
My man found himself on Screen 2023. People, she was rolling film for Screen 2023.
It's really sad. It's really, really sad.
But no, man.
Seriously.
Oh man, that's funny.
And
But
more insulting that they still haven't touched the girl yet.
and they're not going to. They're gonna. If she got this far, they're gonna let her get off.
I'm
But
sure someone just told her, say you are mentally disabled. Say
but that's
something.
what you get. You know, being here and putting yourself in that position with a particular people that if something happens to you, you know what side they're going to automatically take. Nine and a half times out of 10, they're going to take the side of that, regardless of how egregious the crime or the criminality is. Look how many people. Look at the brother who went into the. I don't even know if you've seen it. Who went into the forest or whatever, the woods with a group of white people, and they hacked him to death. And this has happened over and over and over many times, where one black person is with a group of white people, and they wind up dead, and there's never any arrest. I mean, that's just how it works in this society. See, I'm gonna leave with this. One thing I came to understand, and I'm glad I think this way. I'm I'm in no shape, way, or form ignorant to the things around me, to the oppression, to the dominant society. I see it all, but what I also understand is this: that I could continue to worry about it, or I could continue on and do something about it. And the only way I can do something about it is to empower myself and empower my children in order that their children would be empowered. And that's why when I talk about this platform about Black Americans marrying Africans, it's to build empowerment. Because just like me marrying you, I was able to make my way to buy land, to now build, continue to build up financially, financial wealth, build a family together with a foundational structure where it's the way that it's supposed to be with me as the leader of the household, and my wife follows my lead, and my children follows her lead. Well, I follow my lead, of course, but no, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But basically, I look at life like this: the best way for me to move forward in this world is to empower myself and my household. And that trickles down from the generation of kids that I put on this earth to their generation. And what they learn from me, they will pass down to their children. And this is all about empowerment, generational wealth. Everything that I do, I'm not on here to do everything just for the fun of it. It all leads to something. One thing leads to another. Everything leads to that promise of generational wealth that I promised you and made a promise to my children based off what God will allow. So that said, we know what it is. We know the injustice. We know all that. It's going to remain. It's not going to change. So being that it's not going to change until we change.
And they're gonna keep rubbing
Yes.
it on our face.
So it's one thing to fight against it, but you can't fight without any power. It just become redundant. That's what it is. It's just redundancy. We continue to fight with no power. And what I'm saying is that the very way that we can get power is by this, by intermarrying with our African sisters, in order that we can build generational wealth in Africa and pass it down to here and take hold of our own neighborhoods here in America as well. So now we don't have one home, we have two homes. It works. It works. You just have to be willing to put in the effort. And there's no more effort that you put into it than if you were dating somebody here in America. If you're making $15, $20 an hour, depending on where you're at, there's nothing really holding you back from doing it. That's all it takes. And then you bring her over and you continue to build financially with your family. Look, man, there's just so much in this. And I'm gonna close it off here because baby crying and looks like it's dinner time anyway. Yes, I am the chef. So all right guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. Like I said, we're on Instagram normally cut off already for the hour. But we're normally on Instagram at 7 p.m. daily. We'll try to work it out where we could be here on YouTube also, off and on throughout the week at 7 p.m. But I like Instagram because it gives me that direct contact with the sisters who come in. Oh yeah, check out the Instagram. Even if you got to go to the replays over here or over there, you're always going to get to meet some beautiful African sisters who are single and looking for husbands.
Beautiful, responsible African women.
So if you check out the IG or you check out the replays here, we got a lot of African sisters who are in the interviews who really, really desire to meet with good Black American men and start to build together. So it starts here, and we're going to finish this, man. But like I said, we're going to need you. So thank you guys for tuning in, for supporting us. Every single supporter, we thank you. Like I said, as we move forward with this, we look for this to blow up, but it can't happen without you. Nothing in life can be done without those who are supportive. Right. So once again, man, we thank you. And like I said, we're going to end it here. This is the Marion Ghana Show with Stephen G. Live. And
with Susie.
All right, guys, we out. Peace. Love you. Is my baby awake or what?